Doing today? So there's an interesting question. Someone put on TikTok, talk to feed. I got this. It's very interesting. It says, does God allow people in heaven to see in your dreams? So I still believe in that, especially after my deceased father, my late father, died of lung cancer, in December 11, 2008. I thought he was gonna help me, throughout my life, by sending me dreams. That's not biblical. And also, never think that, because that's not biblical. It could be demons in disguise as a disease, okay? Your deceased relatives or friends or anybody. So don't ask them for help, okay? Because you're actually asking the demon for your help, for his help, okay? They're lying to you, lying spirits, okay? So anyways, I'm gonna read this. It's pretty interesting. According to the scriptures, the deceased cannot help us anymore on earth, okay? So everything they did on earth, all their activities, their job and everything, your emotions, your hatred, your love, their jealousy, joy, sorrow and everything, it's gone, okay? Because they went 6 feet down on under the grave, or they got cremated. One of the two, right? Only God could help us, okay? We have to remember that all the time. And Psalms 121, right there, where does my help come from the Lord? Okay, and then it says right there that God sees everything that we do and he's with us, okay? And protects us. It's pretty interesting. Read that when you have time. And he reveals himself through dreams and visions. He does. So I'm going to talk about Joseph, poor Joseph, he's a 17-year-old boy, in the book of Genesis, God gives Joseph 2 dreams, and that he was going to rule over his family someday. So he tells his family, and they thought he was nuts. And his 11 half-brothers hated him. And even more so when his father Jacob made him a coat of many colors. So there you go. That's where it begins, the jealousy, then hatred. And then there's a principle for us, okay, today. That's why it's wise to never say your dreams out loud, okay? God gives you a dream, don't say it out loud, okay, to anybody. Keep it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself, to God, okay? In due time, they will come to you for fruition as you're living for God, okay? So God's going to show his will in your life. If it's really for him, those dreams, it's going to happen, okay? Just like Joseph, we're going to see in the second right now. So his brothers betrayed him. He was only 17 years old. They threw the poor boy into the ditch, sold him to merchants for 20 pieces of silver, and then sold him. Then the merchants sold him to Egypt, where he remained for 13 years. And then later on, they lied that the 11 half-brothers that Joseph was killed by a wild animal, and then they dipped his on the blood of the animal. They actually killed the animal, and they dipped his blood. They dipped the coat of many colors in the blood of the animal, and they gave it to Jacob, and lied to him that the brother of Joseph was dead. Pretty interesting, huh? But anyways, continuing throughout his time in Egypt, God was with Joseph, okay? And then he was thrown in prison, okay, because of Potiphar's wife, right? She wanted to sleep with him. And, she lied, that he slept with her. And that was a lie, Joseph said, how could you do this wickedness, against God, You're a Potiphar's wife, and that dude ran away. He ran away to the house. And then he was thrown in prison. They caught him, thrown him in prison because she lied. And then God used them again in the lives of the cupbearer and the baker. Remember that the baker had a dream of 3 loaves, the first king ate it up. And then the cupbearer had a dream of him serving the king, So Joseph interpreted the dream of the baker, saying that you're going to die in 3 days. They're going to hang you. You're going to die. And then he told the cupbearer, you're going to go back to your position as a cupbearer to the king, So anyways, and then Pharaoh had dreams of the 7 cows, and then he had the same dream of the 7 wheat, which is about famine, which plenty and famine. And then after that, the result, he called in Joseph, and he became second in command in Egypt. He became the prime minister in Egypt, Joseph. But the only reason Joseph suffered very much all those 13 years was because God used him to save Egypt from famine. Okay, that's the whole thing. That was the dream right there. Those were 2 dreams right there. Okay, so I hope and pray that helps. Understand. That God only gives dreams and visions, but your deceased relatives or friends or anybody else, they won't help you. Okay, because they're 6 feet under the grave. Okay, so that's what I got to say today. God bless you.